how's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing really well. Having a good weekend all so far. Today we are making our breakfast of the week, chocolate chip buttermilk scones. Let's get to it. It's time for another episode of Cooking with Kaitlin. That's me. Enjoy. All right, so we're going to start off. Got 1/4 cup sugar, 3/4 cup buttermilk. This buttermilk scone or something. There. It's one of those little things that just winds up in sugar. I never know that they're actually anything bad for you, but I just know that I don't want them in there just in case. Just in case. All right, we're going to do 2 teaspoons vanilla. All right, and then an egg. Here we go. Now we're gonna just whisk all that together. And we've got the oven preheating to 375. Alrighty, that's good. All right, we're about to set this to the side. 1 second, I'm gonna pause you. All right, now in a larger bowl, we've got 2 cups of flour going in there. Got 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. That's good. Alrighty. Use our other whisk. Come out, come out. We're gonna do like that. There we go, just get it all together. And then we've got 3 tablespoons of butter that we have chopped up itty bitty. Though it's all kind of coming back together, but it's fine. I'm gonna get that in there. If you have a pastry cutter, you can use that to put it in there. You almost escaped. I'm just gonna do it with my hands. Done it before this way, and it works just fine. And even when I see people with pastry cutters, seems like it always kind of winds up going to the hand by the end of it anyway. So just combining it. And our oven's nicely preheated, so that's good. So it gets that kind of like coarse, almost kind of like fine sandy feel to it. Kind of like coarse meal or something. So just making sure, getting it all combined in there like we want. It's getting good. It's just to get that butter nicely broken up. With everything. Now it's a little bit of a process. But it's always good to know how long things kind of take, what it is. I know they speed up all those fun videos, and I certainly do watch them sometimes. But then when I actually want to learn the technique, I gotta watch a video like this that actually does it in real time, shows me what to do. Because we should know what we're doing. All right. Just sifting through, making sure it's all where it needs to be. You guys see? It kind of, so we get like that kind of coarse, sandy feel to it. Like just lightly dampened sand, if you know what that feels like. Okay. Then we're going to kind of make a well in the middle. Actually, I'm going to pause you guys and wash my hand before I do the next step. All right. I'm going to pour that mixture back in there. All right, and then we're just gonna stir everything in. There we go. Just get it all in there. That's good. Always getting fingers messy with whisks, but they work so well. That's the one thing. I do see people do those tricks. They have the little scrapey things on them for when they take everything off. I mean, they finally need to invest in one of those because they do look nice and more efficient than this. And I do use my whisk just often enough to make it probably worth the one-time purchase. If any of you use them and like them, let me know. All right, one sec. All right, I got 3/4 cup chocolate chips. We're just gonna fold that into our batter. Looking good. We are about to knead it, and the directions did say to fold the chocolate chips in before kneading. Always double check stuff like that, just in case. So sit tight. All right, so on a lightly floured surface, this really and truly is only probably about 3, maybe 4 tablespoons worth of flour. So just bear that in mind when you're doing lightly floured. What that really should mean. Shouldn't be a ton of stuff. Or a ton of flour, because that can really change the consistency of it all. So we're just making sure we're getting all that yummy scone dough, batter, what have you, out of the bowl onto our lightly floured surface. And I'm going to lightly flour my hands to knead it. We're just going to knead it. So just kind of folding it over a few times. That flour. Talk about using that attachment. And maybe it should have been slightly more floured. I don't know. This usually works when I am told to do a lightly floured surface. But okay. Just gonna be a messier day. Maybe I did it in the bowl last time. Maybe that's why it worked out. Okay. So I'm supposed to transfer this to the dish now that I've just lightly kneaded it. Sit tight. All right, so we added more flour to knead it in, and it's getting the consistency it should have now. So instead of it being a lightly floured surface, do it a regular floured surface amount. So that's usually more anywhere from like half a cup to a cup. We are at a cup's amount for sure, maybe even a little bit more, only by like maybe a couple tablespoons. So there, it's been kneaded. See where, I know I've got stuff in there, but I've been able to get off. But see, like, there's my finger. touching it. There, it's not all sticking. All right, but just wanted to make that clear because those directions were not correct on the recipe I saw, and I wanted to make sure you guys had it right. So sit tight. All right, on a greased surface, just gonna press this out. In as circular a fashion as possible. Kind of just shape it as needed. Okay, hang on. All right, we're supposed to leave it like this and cut it into, it's possible, 12 wedges. I may have to reapply the flour between cuts, and that's okay. And we're supposed to leave them together like this. We'll see if that works out instead of separating them on the sheet. But maybe that's the more traditional way. I don't know. It just wasn't how I did the last scones. And prior to that, I hadn't made scones in quite some time. All right. We're going to brush the tops with some buttermilk. Just a light coating. All right. And then I'm going to sprinkle some sugar on the top. All right, and then we're gonna bake them for 18 to 22 minutes depending. So we'll start at 18, see how they're doing. Check back then. It's needed more in the 22-minute range. We're gonna let it come out and cool a bit. I'm gonna run a knife through it again. I'd say separate them out. We can still tell where the wedges are, but they clearly did not really separate the way this person thought. I should have gone with my gut. And that's my heating to y'all. So after you let them cool a bit, just serve and enjoy. Bon appetit. See you later. I'd show you, I did just slice it to go pretty easy. They are cooked all the way through, so that's good. But yeah, I'd probably consider separating them in the future unless you like your scones like this. Again, bon appetit. See you later.